Hey guys, I'm Larissa and I'm going to tell you how I improved my character interactions at Disney pretty much by accident. This isn't some master plan that will work for everybody, but it might inspire you to come up with a way to get your own extra magic or prolonged time with characters. Since this was our first year as annual pass holders, we were going to the parks at times that we normally don't, and I knew there was a chance that I might actually want a jacket on some of those mornings and evenings. But jackets cover those cute Disney outfits that I spend weeks planning, so I figured I might need something a little more Disney. I found an old jean jacket in the back of my closet that I hadn't worn in years and decided to add a little Disney magic of my own to it. So I picked 7 Disney princesses from my childhood that I had a special attachment to and decided to paint them on the back of the jacket. When I realized that all of these princesses could be relatively easy to meet, and I had in fact met all of them at least once just for the heck of it, I figured I might as well go ahead and take the jacket with me with a Sharpie in my pocket and have them sign it. So glad I did. Not only did I have a practical item that did keep me warm in the chillier mornings and evenings, but it became a fun thing for us to do together, collecting those signatures as a little scavenger hunt throughout the Disney parks. I'm kind of a shy and awkward person, so I often avoided character interactions because I didn't have a kid and I didn't really have anything to talk to the characters about or anything for them to do. I didn't want to carry around a little autograph book like the kids because A, that's kind of silly, and B, what am I going to do with a little autograph book full of princess signatures? But this jacket ended up being perfect. A, it's practical. Either in the parks or at home, I can wear it anytime I get chilly, and it's really cute and very fun and really shows my Disney love. But also, it's so much fun for the characters themselves. A lot of the characters got super excited about the jacket, especially the older ones or just the less popular ones nowadays. They aren't really used to being included in something, especially something that was handmade and had them included with all the characters. So they got pretty excited, which led to a lot of extra magic and really long times with some of these characters. In the past, when I would meet with these characters, I felt a little weird. I would stand in this big long line with all these kids and their parents, only to get up there for a quick, "Hi, how are you? Take a picture, see you later," and that was about it. But with the jacket, I didn't feel so weird in line. I had a reason to be there. It gave me something to feel a little less awkward about. I would have conversations with some of the other people in line about it, and then when I would actually get up to the character, they would be super excited about it. They wanted to see all the different characters on the jacket. They would tie it into their own story, talking about being a painter themselves or collecting their own treasures. And then they were able to really take some time with me without me feeling very odd and out of place. I'm not saying you need to do exactly what I did. Take a jean jacket, throw a bunch of characters onto it, and just go with that. But it might inspire you to do something of your own, something that fits you, your style, your life a little bit better. I think the important thing is that it has a lot of different characters. It's a practical item that you can get more use out of than, say, just an autograph book that's going to sit in a drawer somewhere. And it's something that will excite the characters, something a little handmade, different, new, includes them and all their friends. I think that's what really got the extra magic for me, and I think that could work for you too. First, pick which characters you want to use and their general placement. Remember to leave a reasonable amount of blank space for each character to sign next to their figure. Also, keep in mind that just because you can meet a character at Disney doesn't mean that they can sign. So if you want every character that you're portraying to be able to sign, make sure that they're ones that you can actually get a signature from. Also, keep scale in mind. If one character is a lot smaller, say Tinkerbell, it might not make sense for her to be next to Belle and looking like they're the same size. Also, if you make a character really, really tiny, it's going to be very hard to work any of those great details that really tell who the character is. Once you have an idea of where you want the different characters, you can start your initial sketch. I used a really fine point Sharpie. The line showed up well enough as opposed to, say, pencil, but gave me enough details so that I could really have a nice base to work with. Remember not to use too much water as you paint and to keep your brushes dry. A canvas will be treated with gesso, so it won't be super absorbent, but a typical garment is really going to soak up water. So if you have too much water on your brush or mixed into your paint, everything's just going to bleed out and leave your spaces and make everything messy and muddy and be a lot more difficult for you. On the other side though, you don't want the paint to be too thick. It'll get stiff and uncomfortable to wear and also end up cracking and again, ruin the effect. Also kind of watch as you're working that the paint isn't sort of hovering over the surface. Remember that with the structure of a knit or woven fabric, you're going to have higher spaces and lower places. So if you just brush the paint over the top and you don't push down into those lower sections, you could end up actually losing pigment later on down the line. Also keep in mind that most clothing is not perfectly flat like a canvas. It's designed to go over a three-dimensional form, so it's going to be three-dimensional. For instance, where I'm painting Alice is where the fabric is designed to go up over a shoulder and then down around the neck. So I have to continuously keep manipulating the fabric so that I can get it flat enough to paint the section that I'm working on at that time. Also, through trial and error for this project, I learned that the Sharpie sticks a whole lot better to the denim than it does to the acrylic paint. So as I'm painting, I am kind of doing it as like a cell shading method where I'm leaving blank gullies between painted areas anywhere that the outline for the character is supposed to be. Again, always remember to keep your brushes dry in between colors so it doesn't bleed or just dilute the color too much. Also, because of the absorbency of the fabric, you really want to make sure that you let the paint completely dry before you start working on your outlines. And Alice is all done and she fits very nicely across from Tinkerbell, and I think they both look adorable. Another thing to keep in mind when painting on a garment is that some of the areas due to the construction are going to be a lot bulkier than others. For instance, on this jacket, where the tag is sewn in, there's a lot of extra layers of material and stitching there that I thought would make it a little bit hard for somebody to sign over. And that's it! Alice is all done, and that's exactly how I painted all 14 characters that have signed this jacket. So if you're interested in seeing some of the really awesome character interactions I got out of this, subscribe and down below and stay tuned. I'm going to have some videos coming up with just character interactions. They're a lot of fun. There's some really cute ones, and I think maybe it might inspire you to come up with your own sort of similar project. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.